Hey guys, welcome back to the Hammer Down Pros tabletop review. Now, something a little different today because I'm going to preemptively say that with this particular knife, I am still on the fence. And when I say that, I mean I really don't know. I don't know. You know me, I'm 100%. If I can't give you that honest feel, that honest opinion, look, let's just get into this. So, today we have the Tops Mountain Lion knife. I want to get that in the screen for you there. The Tops Mountain Lion. Tops marketed this as a expedition knife. I would say a camp knife, but for expedition. It was designed in cooperation with, as they say in the bio there, input from the retired and active members of the 10th Mountain Division, which everybody knows is an expeditionary force, mountain fighting force, harsh environment element of our armed services. Shout out to the armed services and the guys who served. Thank you for your service. I really do mean that. I'm not just saying that. I got family down south. Shout out to Sumter, South Carolina, Shaw Air Force Base. I got people down there. So, having said that, input from guys who really do it. And again, you can see these guys on TV or on the videos, and they're in their yard chopping logs and stuff like that, and that's fine because that's what they're doing. But then you got something like this that comes in front of you where, in actuality, it was developed with input from and advice from guys who really do it. Like, they go out there and spend the night on a mountain during a snowstorm, carrying gear with a gun while someone is trying to find them and do harm to them. So let's show the knife that respect right there in and of itself. Let's run the specs down on this. Let's get right into it. I'll take it out of here and we'll run the specs on this knife. Again, this is the Tops Mountain Lion. I'll call it expedition knife. We'll give it the respect it deserves. The Tops expedition knife. Now, overall, 10.75 inches. The blade length is 5.50. Thickness is 0.250. 1095 RC steel. They said it's traction coating. It started to give already. I got this knife used, by the way. Side note, this knife came to me used. There's a mar on the other side there, like a little fade. I don't know if you can really see it, but you know, I actually try to dampen these lights a little bit. Hold on. Let's go down. Let's go to 1. All right. And so it came to me, it had a few scars, a few notches, a few dings, a few whatevers, but man, it is a very thick, very heavy, very substantial knife. When you put it in your hand, you know you got it in your hand. Let's keep running the specs down. Traction coated is what they described it as in the specs, and of course the G10 scales, which actually are very beautiful. They're beautiful G10 scales with the swirls, and then to have it tapered and the red inserts. You know I love them. The swirls and the grooves, how they grooved it, and this jimping here, which is back into the G10, which is crazy. It's back into the G10. There's no jimping up on the blade. Now, again, before we critique, we got to remember, unlike most of us who are watching this, and unlike most of the knives that are designed, these guys helped Tops design this with their input from real world experiences, real world knowledge. So they have a couple of these jimpings up here into the blade or on the spine, but the majority of them are back here. I'm assuming that when they gave their input, they said we want something a little further back, and we being them, not us, we don't do a lot of up on the blade thumb stuff. They probably said that they wanted it back a little further. So they probably went with the, what was a popular vote, and they went there. We have this churl here where you could choke down for the fine task. We always like that, which is another reason why not having the jimping here when you can. I mean, I don't know. Nice curve and swedge. Swirl going on with the grip. No problem with it with big guy hands. No problem at all. And the blade has this drop here. We go into I don't want to say flat. We go into the grind here, and then on the back side, they left it uncoated. I'm assuming that somebody would probably decide to sharpen that too. I got a couple knobs where they're used and someone did that. Of course, this part here you see it's been struck raw. I'm assuming that that's from probably a ferro rod, a fire striker, somebody, the guy who I got this from, or whoever he got it from, the original owner or whoever had it, was using it for that. Now, let's do some regular guy conversation here. You know what? I don't know. Because to me, she comes off a little heavy. And to me, the grip doesn't give me what would be realistic if I had on either tactical gloves or all weather tack gloves. So I'm a little shaky there. In the end, we could be 100, and I'll tell you, it's going to get the hammer down because it's such a substantial knife. The thickness, the curve, and the swing of the swing of the blade. How well the micarta is done, and it's very well done, very well put together knife. I even looked it up and did some backwards info tracing here, and I think it's still up to like $220 for a new one. I don't even remember how much I got this for. I know it wasn't over $100, and this was like maybe 5 or 6 or 7 years ago. So I guess we need to just go to it. In the end, the goals on this knife are the ability to be able to have a steel that holds that nice blade. You see it has that little belly there. Definitely ferro rod able there. The churl for the fine work. The beautiful swirls and curves of the micarta. I just have a problem with its weight. It would be something I would have to get used to. Let's just say that. And then we bring out the Tops sheath that came with it. Not a really great grade of nylon. I have other sheaths that have good nylon. This just doesn't come across as particularly. And I've had a couple Steel Eagles from Tops. Heavy knives. Well, maybe we should have said that. Disclaimer, Tops makes heavy knives. They make those heavy, rough use knives. They make the knives that you're going to feel the weight. And this sheath seems like it should have been a little more substantial to me. Should have had a little more thickness, a little more, seeming to be a little more durable. Here we got the Velcro closures, the Velcro fasteners instead of the snaps, which I don't really prefer the Velcro as opposed to the other ones. Side note, when Tops makes knives, this little snap right here, I had 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 3 or 4, counting this one, Tops knives. And this here, always, I'll bring it up to the camera. These always snap on me. If there's a Tops knives guy out there, a guy out there who has Top knives, he knows what I'm talking about. And yo, these always break. They broke on everyone. They haven't broken on this one yet because I don't really use it. It's a little heavy for a fishing knife, and I don't know what else you would. I guess you would use it for camping and whatever. And I got lighter or not. Matter of fact, we'll remove the so-so sheath. They got Molly on it. It's doable, but I've just had more substantial sheaths, and I don't know what. I'll move this cloth back over here. I don't know. I got a stone in here. I think I got a stone in here. I don't, because I wasn't using it, and I didn't want to put any of my Leatherman in there and then just lose it or lose track of it. So, but yeah. So the sheath is it's doable. It's okay if you didn't have anything. I want to bring the Rat 5 into the picture with this Tops Mountain Lion. You know, if you put me on a clock and you told me to tell you the truth, even including the sheaths, and I can't bring the sheath for the Rat 5 on screen because, of course, if you watch the other videos that I put out, you'll see that it's actually mounted to a bag. I'm not taking it apart just for that. But if you ask me between these two, which one I would choose, I think the Rat has it beat. It seems to ergonomically be just as beneficial here, and also it's a little lighter, and it just feels better. It just feels better. So no knock on the Mountain Lion. I don't know. Everybody has their preference, and again, you know, on these shows, on these vids here, we don't knock your choice. You know, your hand might be contoured a different way. You'll try the Mountain Lion. I don't know what he's talking about, man. Mountain Lion, that's the one, and that's great. Mountain Lion works for you. We're talking about me and just my opinion. In my opinion, that flat grind and, you know, the jimping up here on the Rat, I think the Rat has it beat a little bit, but it was comparative. And there's nothing, there's no Red X on this. There's no go. It's a go. It's still a go. So we're going to give the Tops Mountain Lion, with input from our active and retired servicemen. That's how it came about. We're going to give it the hammer down seal of approval, with the disclaimer of, hey guys, if you're a little light-handed with your camp knives or your bushcraft knives or your expedition, as we title in this, or survival knife, be aware of the weight. It has a little weightiness to it, but other than that, beautifully done, beautifully curved. I would say give it a go. Give it a go. If you like heavier knives, Tops is your brand anyway. Watch that snap on the ooh. And I actually have a way to fix this too. I might put that in a video one time. I actually have a way to fix this with some 550 cord. I have a way that you could actually take this off and do your 550 cord in a way that creates a cinch. I got it on one of my other bags. Maybe I'll do that video. But yeah, these give out pretty easily. Other than that, yeah, she's a winner. She's a go. She's a go. So guys, look, had fun on this one. You know, I still say a little weighty, a little heavy, but good knife. So that'll do it for this one, guys. Look, don't forget to subscribe, like, share, comment. I'll keep cranking them out if you guys keep giving me feedback. And by the way, shout out to the subscribers who are commenting on the collection as a whole. Guys, I appreciate it. I try to cultivate a collection. You don't want to go into anybody's garden and they got raggedy flowers. So I'm trying to cultivate a collection of some pretty good looking knives. Like you go into somebody's yard and they got a bunch of stink bugs. And it's like, ooh, no, I want to have nice stuff for you guys to look at. I want to have nice things for you guys. It's like, oh man, I'm glad he ain't got no ugly knives. Like, no, man. Oh, by the way, video coming up. My ugly knife video is coming up. It's coming. So be on the lookout for it. It's coming. I just got to put it together. And it's a lot of emotion involved because I'm ashamed a little. And we're going to talk about it. So listen, guys, don't forget, cut away. Thanks for watching and peace.